if you get a medical card, one of the things that people don't know, they have expiration dates on them. And you have to renew your card all the time. And it's not what you think. It's not exactly the easiest thing. You have to get in your car, you have to drive down to a place. That's it. That's all you gotta do is get down there. It takes like 5 minutes. But my card expired 3 years ago. I still haven't renewed it. I tried to go to a dispensary a few weeks ago, and there's 2 rooms. There's the room they check you out in, they check your stuff, and then there's the main room with all the goodies, right? And the guy took my card, and he goes, dude, I can't let you in. Your card expired 3 years ago. And I was like, come on, man. And he was like, all right. It's like, wow, I'm a really good negotiator, huh? But once you put it like that, yeah. Getting that medical card is surreal. My experience was surreal. I went to a doctor's office, and it's not Dr. Dickhead that I was telling you about. This is a different doctor. He's a doctor because he got a business card, and he put DR period on it. His office was such a piece of shit that you could hear the conversation going on between the doctor and the patient ahead of you, which is never supposed to happen. So as I'm waiting for my turn to go in, I'm waiting and I hear the doctor go, oh, what is your medical need for marijuana? And the guy in there goes, oh, I have a bone disease. And I was like, oh shit, I don't have a bone disease. Like, I feel like you just be like, weed's awesome. And he's like, yeah, I fucking know. So I start to panic and turn, like, what am I going to say? And in my mind, I just go to the worst shit. Like, in my mind, I'm like, just say you have AIDS. Like, just tell me you have AIDS. And he'll be like, when you find out? Like, I just found out like 5 minutes ago. You don't seem that bummed out. Well, I'm just happy to be here. So let's wrap this shit up, man. For some reason, I picture him asking me to prove it, which they would never be like, prove it. And you're like, oh, I left my AIDS card at home. I don't have it on. But I go, that's way too dramatic. Just dial it back. I'm like, I'll just say I have cancer. That's much more believable. Then I start thinking of all my family members that have died of cancer. I'm like, man, if I say I have cancer just to get weed, I am getting cancer next fucking week. By the time I have that thought, I'm sitting in front of the doctor. He's like, I go, what? He goes, what is your medical need for marijuana? And the best I can come up with on the spot is, my eyes hurt. And he goes, you have vision problems? And I go, oh yeah. And he goes, you don't wear glasses? And I go, can't. Hurts. Everything hurts. Ow, ow. He writes me a prescription. I go to leave. As I leave, I see the guy who's going in next. And I don't know why. I think it's going to be funny to listen. Because I think he's not going to get it. And I'll tell you why. I completely judge the guy. Because the guy's your typical LA Cholo Mexican gangbanger. Okay? It's a very specific look. You've seen movies. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Khaki dickies with an oversized white t-shirt, Chuck Taylors, an LA hat, and also an LA tact in like this general area here. I was like, oh, if I lose my hat, I still have my favorite team right fucking here. So I listen at the door, I'm like, huh. And I hear the doctor go, what is your medical need for marijuana? And the guy goes, I just really like the way the weed makes me feel. And then the doctor wrote him a prescription for that. Yeah, you don't have to lie. You can just be like, weed's awesome. And he's like, yeah, I fucking know. I feel sorry for all the people with diseases that keep coming in here, man. Last dude's eyes didn't even work. It was sad. I'm lucky you have your health essay. What are they? I'm always trying to set goals. My latest goal, I'm trying to be less polite. You know? Because the world is not as polite as you're raised to believe it's going to be, you know? I don't understand why we accept that when you say thank you, people don't have to say you're welcome anymore. People have stopped. Now you say thank you and people give you a nod. I want to stab you in the fucking ears if you do that shit to me. I do, thank you, and I go, did you not just hear what I just said to you, man? And you get like a follow-up nod. So now I skip it all. I just take shit and I go. find rudeness everywhere. I think the rudest person in the world is a person that waits outside of a grocery store with a petition for you to sign. What a fucking asshole you are. They do that, and you know why that's a shitty thing to do? They're systematically trying to ruin your happiness. Because you're leaving the grocery store, you're feeling what? You're feeling happy. You're like, oh, I got soy milk, it's going to be a good week. All right. And they stop me and be like, sir, can you look at this? And I'm like, look at what? And they're like, do you want children to starve and die on the streets? And I'm like, now I do. Now that you just ruined my day, I do, yeah. I want you to die first, but then I want all of them to die. I say the opposite of whatever they're trying to fucking get me to sign. Like, this is to teach blind people how to do Shakespeare. I'm like, I hope they all go deaf first. And they're like, Jesus, Mike, yeah, that's fucking right. You're the asshole, not me.
That's terrible.
To end the war in Afghanistan. I go, I fucking love the war in Afghanistan. That's my favorite war. I hope it goes on for 1,000 years. And they're like, you're crazy. I'm like, that's right. I'm crazy. Remember my face and never ask me to sign shit again. I can't get over rude people. I was in the hotel a few weeks ago. I go down to the hotel gym, get on the treadmill. I run, I don't know, 70 miles, right? 170 miles, thank you, 170 miles. But I'm alone. There's nobody in there. I'm sweating, I'm hyperventilating. Then out of nowhere, I just hear, getting it in. And I go, Jesus Christ! What? The guy goes, you getting it in? I go, getting what in? You getting a workout in? I go, doesn't it fucking look like it? He goes, yeah, you just gotta keep doing it. And I go, okay. He goes, no, I used to be like you. I go, what? He goes, I used to be like you. You just gotta keep eating right and keep doing it and you'll get there. And I was like, dude, I'm disabled. He was like, I'm sorry. Let me point something out. It's okay for me to make jokes about disabled people and people with horrible diseases because they make me uncomfortable and I don't want to be like them. Maybe that makes me a bad person, but I'm an honest person and I'm telling you that shit is terrifying. I don't want to be like them. Here's another bit of information. I also don't want to look at them. I don't. I refuse to watch the Michael J. Fox show because I don't want to see shaky face not stand still for one frame. The guy can't eat soup. It's depressing, okay? Trying to pawn this thing off as a comedy? Get the fuck out of here. You're bumming everybody out. How many Parkinson's jokes am I supposed to applaud with this thing? I won't watch the show. I've seen a commercial. I will not watch that show. You know why? A version of it plays in my head, and it is fucking awful. And I think it's probably accurate. I really do. I bet you that show is nothing but setups for that shit. I bet it's just like, here's in the next episode, he goes, Dad, can you help me hammer in this nail? And he goes, you know they don't trust me with those. And then you get to go at home, I get it, he's got fucking Parkinson's. You don't think that's been fucking pitched in the writer's room? It's pasta night. Dad, can I get some Parmesan? That's one thing I can do forever. I'm good. I said I'm good. You don't think the episode idea has been talked about where he goes to work and his coworker gets to say, I gotta get my wife a vibrator. That's one thing my wife doesn't need.